I wanted to point this out. I got a pewter pendant of wolves howling at the moon. I thought that was pretty funny. It's actually really good, too. Hey there, everyone. This is Ethano, and we're playing Dragon Age 2. I decided that I would head back to Sundermount, because we have something to get for the herbalist's tasks, and maybe we'll be able to get that and maybe trigger a conversation. Maybe. I'm pretty sure one's supposed to go off somewhere. Oh, whatever.
This mountain is cursed, I swear. 3 days in a row, I've
Sure. Well, so I'm to look in here, because... Well, anyway. Oh yeah, we haven't been up that way, have we? I'm gonna assume it's this way that we want to go. There we go.
Elven land ships. Screw sea ships, I want one of those.
Righty. Oh man, another card stuffed in a cave entrance.
That book you were reading this morning, Assyrian's Spear. I don't think he had a spear in the legends.
He does in this one. Read the description.
Andraste knelt before no man but her maker. But she hadn't counted on the Archon Hessarian. Can Hessarian penetrate the tight-knit defenses of the warrior prophetess? Will she be prepared to face the full blast of his power? Wait a minute. Isabella, this is a vulgar thing.
You want to borrow it?
No!
You sure? It has pictures.
Not listening, I'm not listening.
As I said, my favorite group to have. Hey guys, so I hear you had something to do with maybe a little bit of unrest in Amaranthine, and I was wondering if we could maybe talk about it.
You're one of the Amaranthine conspirators. There's a bounty on your head.
Curse you!
Why can't I... Okay, but why can't I... Why are all of my skills grayed out? Did the game forget to recognize that we were in a battle there? That's weird. Well, oh, Royal 1 and 2, that sounds like a weapon. Oh. Why not? Oh, it's a longsword. Royal 1 and 2, isn't that the name of the longsword that, Liliana uses in Liliana's song? That's kind of interesting. Also, I can't help but notice that there wasn't any herbalist-related tasks up there. So I guess it must be on the other side of the mountain. I'm beginning to wonder if maybe, just maybe, the actual thing that I'm looking for is triggered by something else and I just didn't remember it. And so I'm running through this whole cave for nothing.
You've returned. Is there something you need?
Ironbark.
Do you have any pure iron bark in stock? What use is iron bark to you? I've never met a Shem who could bend it to his will. Either way, I'm out of stock. I do know where it can be found, but it is impossible to retrieve. Our people were forbidden from venturing to the area after we lost 2 of our best hunters there. What happened that warriors as skilled as the Dalish refused to venture to the area? Your respect for our hunters is most surprising, stranger. The place is overrun by darkspawn. If we tried to eradicate them, we would risk the precious few hunters we have left. I'll show you where the area is. What you do with the information is up to you.
Oh yeah, there's Fainrail.
I can't thank you enough for letting me come here. But it hasn't been quite what I thought.
Getting sick of all the elves?
It's better than the Circle, but we haven't made as much progress as I hoped. You know, when I lived in Kirkwall, I felt like everyone could tell by my face I was an elf. Now I understand how easily I passed. It's harder here.
Still,
We appreciate you bringing him here, friend. We would not see a son of our tribe suffer alone. Please, accept this as our thanks.
I don't think I ever triggered that conversation before. Well, if we don't find it, I'll just have to take care of this later. Yeah, okay. So, Darkspawn. Yeah, well. This sure is a section of beach. Chances are we'll actually be to this same section of beach once more today. This is weird. Let's do this, and then... So, Darkspawn. Surprisingly, well, I guess it's not that surprising how few of them there are in this game. It's just surprising that they were, like, modeled and animated and stuff, and they are a better quality than the Darkspawn models in Origins, so I assume they were remodeled and stuff, and I think a bunch of them look, like, significantly different. But they're really not used that much in this game. Oops, I kinda didn't mean to do that. Oh. We done? Done. And yeah, it's just, like, surprising that they would go through the effort and then not overuse it, considering, you know, what company we're talking about here.
What were you before you were a pirate?
I had a husband. He didn't beat me. That's about the best I can say about it.
So you left him?
He was murdered by my lover. It was all very Antiva.
Oh. I don't think I'd like to live in Antiva.
Anyway, turning this thing in.
You've everything on the list. I'll get to work immediately. And of course, here is the reward I promised.
So what do we got? Well, we got Amulet of Really Good TV Show. I guess that one was a movie. And sorry about the large amount of kind of doing little and saying nothing in this part.
I guess you've been with a lot of men.
Men, women, elves. A dwarf in drag once, but I don't recommend that.
Oh.
Oh, you're blushing. Why? How many lovers have you had?
I never...
You're a virgin. Hawk, you've been holding out on the poor girl. Get her a night at the Blooming Rose. On me.
That's, very generous.
I'm a giver.
So, turn this in.
That's the last of them. You do good work. Come, men, back to the vigil, and away from this cesspool of a city.
Yeah, the quest that we're about to begin, Barrett does not actually like you agreeing to it. And Anders is involved. Yes, Anders is quite happy with accepting it, so just in case we run into... Yeah, just in case we run into anything unfortunate, we're going to have a full party, but basically we're just going to switch Fenris right back out for Varric, you know, during the day. Hi.
Nice to see you too.
I don't even have to make my sarcastic remarks. Hawk does it for me.
I thank you for coming. This matter is delicate, and I need someone of limited notoriety who will not link this to me. It is an escort, but I think you will agree the nature of the party makes this unique.
Time is wasting. Who is going where?
My name is Sister Patrice. I have assumed a burden of charity. This is my charge.
Hello.
A Cerebas? Here?
Would even a Templar bind a mage like this? A survivor of infighting with their Talvashoth outcasts. I call him Katojan. a bridge between worlds. The Viscount and others feel that peace begins with appeasement. This mage would likely be returned to his brutal kin. He can serve a better purpose. I want him free. He must be guided from the city without alerting his people, or being seen in my care.
I've had dealings with the Qunari leader. He'd want to know of this.
You have dealt with their leader? If
Couple
you
of
have
times.
interacted with Qunari, you know how they treat those who leave their heathen order. The Arashok would doom this poor creature. But knowing them is useful. If they challenged you, attacking an ally would only confirm their barbarism. You are still right for the task.
You don't just stumble on someone like this.
For all their blasphemous certainty, the Qunari do have deserters. Those who seek freedom are hunted mercilessly.
Talvashoth, they seem to accept the role.
Even their rebels conform. Savonel observed one of their bloody exchanges. This poor mage was the only survivor.
And you think this mage was being hunted?
I'm certain no thinking creature would willingly submit to this. If he was not running before, he has seized the opportunity now.
If you're so intent on this, why not use Chantry resources?
My order will soon realize the Qunari presence is more than a test of faith. It is an open challenge. But for now, I must act on my own. Helping this mage shows how Qunari heresy cannot be ignored. His flight is vital.
Is freedom so helpful? A new life with that collar seems doubtful.
And yet it is more than he has. My reach is limited. His struggle is his own.
It just seems like releasing a bird, cage and all.
We do what we can to step toward what is right. That must be enough.
Will he help? If I trust him at all?
I don't know his capabilities, or if he can function at all in that collar, but I think he knows we are his only way out.
You think?
He's followed every direction and made no aggressive moves, even when taunted. Were I in his place, I could have fled. Qunari or not, I can only assume he wants to be led to freedom.
And if you're wrong, I have to deal with it.
That is why I went to Lowtown. You are either capable of the discretion and skill that I need, or you are not.
You're not interested in who you might be hiring?
If you were important enough to know, I would need someone else. But if you insist, what is your family name?
My name is Hawk.
Strong. Very Ferelden. The Qunari have hardly pressured the southern nations. You have not seen as many converts or those who refused. If this action, if any action, can lessen their influence, it must be done.
I can get him out of Kirkwall. He's a bit conspicuous for the streets, though.
I had never thought about the plight of mages among the Qunari. But it seems they are even more oppressed than we are.
This mage will be a fine example of how cruel Qunari are, even to their own. But only if this plays out just so. The passage here leads to the warrens of the Undercity. It is dangerous, but that is why you are hired. Good luck.
Okay. We're just gonna pop on over to a certain bar. We're gonna dump off a certain useless elf. And we're gonna pick up a guy who owns a crossbow. A certain crossbow.
Dropping the deep dark with a horn skull mage. Another clue.
Oh. Hi, Trap. Seriously? I need what? 5 experience points? So I guess I'll... Hey! Berserker's gonna be a lot better. Forever. And in case you missed that or couldn't see it, each attack with Berserker on now costs half as much stamina. And now is roughly the point where we'll never have to turn it off again. It's kind of a downgrade. But we do want the Boots of the Fallen on, because, you know, it's part of the full set.
No talk, no fight. This Kunari's not much of a traveling partner.
Jeez, Eric, what is your issue?
Look at this. Undercity's feared by all, but there's no shortage of fools with coin who want to test it. What is this thing? Collared like a dumb lord's bitch. You some sort of canary lover? Maybe I should get rid of you and see who'll pay the most for your pet.
I don't think it likes you threatening its master. Maybe we let this one pass.
A voice of reason. What's he doing with you?
You lot think you're so damn right. Buying everything, running free marches like me into our own sewers. You want us bound, like this thing? I'll see you dead first.
By the void! Kill it! Kill them all!
Should have known that wouldn't have been all of them.
They get the idea, Kunari, Ketogen, whatever. Calm yourself! Did you react because your lead was threatened? How much of this is just blind instinct, I wonder? You can't gesture or stomp your feet twice for yes or something.
I bet all he wants is to go chasing after thrown sticks. And someone to rub his belly.
You did what I said. Did I hit the right phrase or something? Right. Could have expected that answer. I'm getting you out of here before you help again. Still clear as a bell. Great.
So that happened. Strangely, the Kunari mage knows magic. Trapped? Wow, I'm surprised it's not. Well, moving on.
You will hold Basra-Vashidan. I am Arvarad, and I claim possession of Serabas at your heel. The members of his Karatam were killed by Tal Bashar, but their disposal leads only here, to Serabas and you.
How did I know this job would end in more Kunari?
You speak as if ignorance is your natural condition. The bodies of his slain Karatam could lead only here. I do not know how you come to hold his leash, but you have no claim in the Qun. He will be returned and this crime cleansed.
And if he doesn't want to go back?
Serabas, show that your will remains bound to the Qun.
Kun.
He has only followed you because he wants to be led. He has allowed no other purpose.
I've met with your leader. The Arishok would not want a potential ally challenged in this way.
Claiming to know the will of the Arishok with Serabas in your care is Marasi Mikari, a child bleating without meaning. The Arishok knows what is to be done with Serabas who lose their Arvarad. There is no greater threat to their control.
The sister called him Ketojan. You are Serabas?
Serabas is his role and his name, as you understand it. It is the accusation and acknowledgement of being a mage.
And you are Arvarad?
My role is to hold the leash and hunt the Grey Ones who leave the Qun. Or Baz who have not yet been enlightened.
You don't care that someone abused your dead to get you here?
No doubt they were cast from your shoulders as you or your partner thieves grew weak. It is a crime whose victims are beyond caring. It will be dealt with, but the greater threat is clear. It is my role to secure Cerebas. It is the role of another to purge the perversions of your kind.
He is bound and abused, and you want him caged. Why?
The power that he has, that all Cerebas have, draws from chaos and demons. They can never be in control.
So you fear them?
Like so many others.
We leash Cerebas because they are dangerous and contagious. Not even your Templars fully grasp that threat.
Are mages like Anders so dangerous? He's given no reason to fear him yet.
You waste your breath. He'll never tolerate my kind.
You are Cerebas? Bas Cerebas? Vashidan! Neira Sitar Karasam! You spewed your words at me like a demon trying to poison my control. Like this mage, the Qun requires your death.
But we're no threat to each other.
Bas Cerebas, you will be no threat to anyone.
Just so you know, that ends in a fight. More likely than not, it's not just like having Anders with me that triggered the fight. You can hand the mage over. Most of the party doesn't like it. Fenris does, of course. It's far more important than the battle at hand. What are you talking about?
Can you stand?
I am unbound. Odd. Wrong. But you deserve honor. You are now Basvarad, worthy of following. I thank your intent, even if it was wrong. I know the will of our Varad. I must return as demanded. It is the wisdom of the Qun.
Well, that's gratitude. I fought so you could go die anyway.
I commit to the most difficult choice, the truth of the Qun.
What if it's wrong?
Many say that before they know certainty.
Could you have returned if I'd let these others live?
No.
You were doomed from the start.
I was outside my Keratam. I may be corrupted. I cannot know. How I return is my choice.
Of all the ridiculous, spineless, mind-controlled, senseless piece of shit arguments I've ever heard.
What comfort has freedom brought you, mage? You would have more if you submitted to the Qun.
Arvarad couldn't kill me. Perhaps he was wrong about your death, too.
Losing to you does not make him wrong. He spoke the Qun. I have chosen. It is bred in the bone.
Existing is not a choice.
Totally
is. It
is
the only choice. As it Taleb. It is to be.
Patrice might take you back, if death is the only other option.
The sister was not honest.
What do you mean?
I cannot say what she wanted, but it was certainty, not of the Qun. And her guard smelled of death.
Others of your kind live outside the Qun. You could join them.
They are not my kind. I am Qunari. They are not.
They have chosen to be free.
Free? They have refused what they are. I can't choose to not be.
My job ended when we exited the city. The rest is up to you.
You know of certainty and borders. You are closer to the Canary than you admit. Your role would change little if you accepted the Qun. Take this secret thing, Basfaran. Remember this day.
The creature was free. There was no need for that.
She may not have known about this, but clearly Patrice set a trail right to us.
If this was her doing, I have a few questions for her.
So that happened. I forget if there's... Yeah, so there's actual, like, turning in of the quest to do. We'll do that in the next part, and then we'll take on the last main quest, I think, of Act 1. And we might even actually get to go on that expedition. So we'll see you there. Goodbye.